Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und hallo zu einem weiteren Battle Let's Play Fake Run oder ich bin es am Surfix und beim letzten Mal haben wir es geschafft und Gott Nummer 3 im Endeffekt schon. Zumindest haben wir den ersten Gott hier in Olympus bezwungen. Wir haben beim letzten Mal einen epischen Fight gegen Demi-Servant, die Göttin der Ernte und der Erde hier gehabt. In einem spektakulären Kampf haben wir gegen ihre Mecha-Form hier gekämpft und konnten sie dank der Black Barrel Magiers Ultimate Cannon hier bezwingen. Ein spektakulärer Fight. Goredofl wurde zum ultimativen Diplomaten und ja, sehr, sehr coole Episode. South Interstellar City ist nun komplett zerstört, was auch natürlich im Endeffekt heißt, dass Demeter weg ist, dass diese nicht mehr auferstehen wird. Wir sind nun in Sektion 8. Thou art the order that corrupts the stars. Und wir werden schauen, wie es weitergeht. Kirishima haben wir beim letzten Mal auch gehört, der scheint davon nicht allzu beeindruckt sein. Doch ich denke, langsam wird es Ärger in Olympus geben. Even as I gaze up the sky, I know nothing I see there will ever excite me again. I'm not reminded of the cheeky Artemis when I see the moon, nor do I think of the aggravation Apollo when I see the sun. Even the stars are just fixed points of light, and I couldn't care less about Father Zeus' attempts to string them together into constellation. As far as I'm concerned, the sky is nothing more than a vast inky expanse, filled with lifeless spears of flame that blink in and out of view aimlessly. When was it that I stopped sensing Father Zeus' love in the starry sky? When was it that the night sky began to feel so far away to me? When was it that I became a cold, lifeless machine? When was it that I lost the love I once felt in my heart? Die Frage ist, wer hier redet. Canis? Nee. Europa? Great Orbiter Shrine Olympia Dodona. Aphrodite? Glaube ich nicht. Makiana Corridor. Beryl wieder der Verunwesende. Ooh! I swear, Beryl really knows how to make a girl, a stunning beauty work. I'm glad he introduced me to a new client, of course. But I certainly wasn't expecting a contract on the scale. Telepaper, airplanes, and everything in between. Basically, anything I can find that comes from proper human history is a tall order even for me. As I can't believe I ultimately agreed to deliver an entire department store, fully stocked with both merchandise and sales clerk, to no less. I'm exhausted. I never wanted to go on vacation so badly before. Not that I can afford to take one now, given what things are like the chosen vacation spot. To think that mighty Olympus, home base of mechanical gods and crypto alike, would already have lost one of its key divinities. So much for this being the greatest Lostbelt of all. What an absolute joke this place turned out to be. And what might you be, You were wailing too loudly to be talking to yourself, and your voice was so irritatingly shrill to be growling of an inspired beast. Whichever it was, I don't want to hear another word, you leopard-pointed wolf. Remember, you are in the presence of a god, so you are to conduct yourself accordingly. Oh my, I'm so terribly sorry. I do hope you can forgive me. Had I known there was a god here, and one prone to something so base as eavesdropping to boot, I'd have spoke more softly. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Perhaps I have it all wrong. Perhaps you are simply distraught over losing one of your mechanical comrades? In that case, I really must apologize. I would never want to affront a customer after all. I would understand perfectly if we were talking about one of the tough Olympians of proper human history would already lost the Aletheia they received from primal chaos. But seeing how he and Lostbelt, you are the completely static mechanical gods who never even heard of Pantarei. Well, I simply never would have dreamed you'd fear anything in the way of pity for your fellow goddess. Who was so careless as to let mere humans get the better of her? Well, well. You are a funny one, aren't you? I've never heard a woman speak so definitely towards me before, at least not when they were aware I'm the goddess of love and beauty. You're one of the gods from foreign land, right? I certainly see how well you fit in with Limbo.
That's very kind of you to say.
Das war jetzt kein Kompliment, Mann.
But I'm afraid I must correct you on one thing. I may be an Alter servant, but I am not one of the foreign god's 3 disciples.
Was? Wo? Das überrascht mich gerade. Aber stimmt! Stimmt. Wir wissen ja, wer der andere ist. Stimmt, Rasputin, Limbo. Ah. Queen Sky ist es nicht. Das ist, ja. Ich glaube, den haben wir in Atlanta schon gesehen. Oder Masa. Stimmt. Fällt mir irgendwie gerade so auf.
Our arrangement is purely professional. Our mutual interests just happen to align, that's all. Oh, really? Then whose servant are you? Oh, right. Come to think of it. I think I've heard about servants who weren't summoned by anyone in the particular. Somebody once warned us there were 7 evil spirit urchins that been dressed in their own without anything or anyone calling for them.
Oh. Wir wissen, was ihr redet.
I wonder who it was. Rasputin, most likely. He does so enjoy giving out warnings that seem nonsensical at first, but turn out to be surprisingly helpful in the end.
Oh.
Still, the particular warning doesn't have anything to do with me.
Not yet anyway. Also diese Andeutung deutet natürlich auf die 7 Bestien hin. Tiamat, Guefia und.
I'm sure does the omen of a beast have anything to do with you, oh beautiful Venus. Huh. Nice, very nice. You really are funny, aren't you? We've never had anyone like you in Olympus before. Like Limbo, you don't even try to hide your wicked nature, but you don't sneer just a sneer, I like you. What's your name? Tamomovich Koyenskaya, but please just call me Koyenskaya Venus. Very nice. I like the way you call me by my other proper human history name too. You know, I think you and I have a lot in common. Don't you think we could be at least something close to friends? Close to friends? Absolutely! But are you sure that's a good idea? What do you mean? Well, what is it that the gods of Olympus protect all of humanity fairly, you see? What also added that you show extra favor in the ancients, the descendant of intentions being from a bygone continent. Some even say that you, well, love them. Oh, that. True, Demeter did like to talk about love and is laughed at, but I've never gone into stuff with humans. After all, I only ever see love, I don't engage in it. Oh my, I see you're just as beautiful on the inside as on the outside. So you only ever see love without engaging in it, Hehe, how very interesting. Some gods in Peperoncino history also like to protect humans, while others like to possess them, but I never heard of one who liked to keep humans as pets. All I can say I share your particular tastes. I do have to agree that you and I have both appreciated the finer points of cruelty.
2 wahnsinnige, hübsche Frauen. Was will man mehr? In the Hangand. I didn't overhear your whole conversation, but it certainly sounded like you two are getting along swimmingly. I take it you and Koyenskaya are really hitting it off then.
Who ask you, Crypter? What business is yours? Who do I or do not get along with? Anyway, never mind that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Me? You have a question for me?
Normally, I'd be more than happy to expound at length about love, but I have a feeling my more modern sensibilities would be a tad too cruel for an ancient god like yourself. Can I ask if you're, up to date on the latest beauty standards? Up to date? Why exactly would I need to update my standards? I already am beauty.
Sagt das Cleopatra, sagt es Pent.
Beauty is my domain, so I only decide what is beautiful in this world. All you humans need to do is comply with my aesthetics. Do that and you'll be happy and well.
Spoken like a true god.
You make a good point. Some gods are kind while others are strict. I guess you're a strict self today, huh?
Not that I've ever seen so much as a hint of your kinder side.
Fortunately for you, I'm curious enough to overlook your insolence, at least this time. Remember, I said I had a question for you. Tell me, human, who calls himself Peperoncino? How does it feel to have lost your Lostbelt. That is what happened, isn't it? You lost the entire ancient land of India just like that. So I can't help but be curious about how impossibly incompetent you must be to allow a miracle like that. You know, I really was looking forward to invading the other Lostbelt with Zeus. I wanted to kill that son those humans who turned themselves into demonic beasts. I wanted to the goddess who kept that human breeding ground running for thousands of years. I wanted to utterly destroy that uppity emperor who claimed to be Zendran. And I wanted to mash your head into a paste along with the insolent, sin-critic god who ate up all the other gods. But now, Kali has destroyed them all before we had the chance. It's so disappointing. You're right, I have no one to blame for my loss but myself. I am sorry I couldn't live up to your expectations. You thought you'd a cow and fear a blow up in anger, but you didn't do either. You're no fun, Pippi. Well, in fact, and you can't argue with fact, that goes for both, for godlike aspiration and my own. So I suppose there's one thing I'd like to say in response. To be clear, they are just my honest thoughts. There's no deeper meaning here. Well, what is it? You're not very attractive, are you? Your proper human history mythology counterpart was much more charming. Oh! I always knew the of Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. The Zeus daughter, she also acted as the god of death at times. Her body was the platonic ideal of female form, and I also suspect that Ishtar, the Sumerian goddess of Venus, had some influence on the divine manifestation. But in your case, at least, as you are now, well... Come, Pepe, tell me how do I seem to you? Speaking strictly. I've always known Aphrodite to have two distinct sides to her divinity, but I can only see one side at you. Never mind that, Rigmor. Just spit it out, René. How do I seem to you, Pepe? Überleg, was du sagst. Überleg, was du sagst. Ich glaube, sie bringt dich um, lieber Pepe. Well, unlike your proper human history self. You don't seem like you would ever choose to marry a Phaistos. Is that so? That's not a certain aspect of you are just like your counterpart. In proper human history, though. Genau, die hat ja Hephaistos geheiratet und Hephaistos, der in seiner Schmiede beschäftigt war, den hat sie natürlich nicht geliebt und ist dann irgendwann mit Hades dann auch durchgebrannt. You know about the Trojan War? The war fought between Greece and Alliance in the Kingdom of Troy. Genau, das war nämlich der gute Pades, den wir hatten. Das war nämlich die Wahl des Pades. Er musste sich nicht entscheiden, für wen er nimmt, für wen er sich nämlich entscheidet. Für Liebe, Weisheit oder noch irgendwas. Und er hat sich dann für Aphrodite müsste sich entschieden haben, genau. Und die hat ja dann Helena von Troja, die schönste Frau der Welt, entführt für ihn. A war fought solely between humans. Who cares? You were partly responsible for it, even in proper human history. You won over Prince Paris of Troy and offered the Trojans your protection along with Apollo and the other gods. Ultimately, your action led to a massive war that brought all of Troy into ruin. Yourself and proper human history never wanted things to turn out that way, but she didn't. Well then, she's nothing like me at all. I never think twice about destroying a human nation or two. In fact, I enjoy it. And when I was done, I'd give the survivors a big smile. I give them my condolence on the difficulties time they endured, and encourage them to better next time. And then I tell them I'd give them a reward depending on how hard they worked. And when there was only one human left standing, I give them a genius smile. Nettes Mädel. Ganz nettes Mädel. Müssen wir gar nicht Angst davor haben. Oder vielleicht doch. So, okay. Machen wir gleich mit dem nächsten Abschnitt weiter. Ich möchte eigentlich jetzt mal Lagebesprechung hören. Und ob wir genügend Croissants haben für Cadence, liebe Leute. Das ist eigentlich die wichtigste Frage. No, no, this is all wrong. Das sind die anderen Überlebenden. Jetzt sind der vor Mordred. Now you should look up looking like that. Where am I? Camelot, Avalon? No, no. This is Olympus. It's gotta be. You and I got no reason to fight. Who is that? Who's singing in my frickin' head? Aphrodite. Fran? Fran, is it you? Hey there, girlie. What's gotten into you? Kentucky. What is our friend? Don't you remember fighting the giant mechanical Argus together? Das ist Aphrodite. Kentucky, so you're Sakata Kentucky, right? Hell yeah. Wait, you're just going to town on yourself, weren't ya? What's going on? You two were doing fine just a little while ago. We even finally got the Argus thing to stop regenerating itself. All we had leftovers were plenty goods. Boss Raikou. Die passt jetzt eigentlich nicht zur Crew, aber freut mich trotzdem, dass sie das. Kentucky. Boss, I need your help. We need to get these two to... It's too late, Kentucky. There's nothing we can do for them now. We've made a dreadful mistake. The Argus was nothing more than a decoy. We are a little more than flies lured into the spider's web. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself much longer either. I was able to endure it a little, thanks to my madness enhancement. But very soon I won't be able to stop myself from killing you. So please, Kentucky, my dear child, please. Kill me right now. Don't even joke about that, boss. What have I done? Damn it, friend, I'm sorry. Die Verführungsstrahlen der Aphrodite. Eindeutig, was wir gesehen haben. Eindeutig unsere anderen Verbündeten. Und eindeutig sieht es nicht so aus, als würden wir uns bald mit denen treffen können. Was natürlich übel ist und was natürlich heißt, dass wir auch weiter alleine auf uns gestellt sind. So, sind wir aber hier wieder aufgewacht. Stimmt, der Maxi ist ja umgekippt beim letzten Mal auch. Oh Gott, you're up. Morning, Maxi. You did great yesterday. Wieder in unserem schönen Chaldea-Haus. In unserem Versteck hier. Alright, you're probably wondering what I'm doing in here, huh? I did knock a few times, but you never answered, so I got worried. Sorry. It's all good. Morning, Masashi. Good morning. I guess you're still a little sleepy now that I think of it. You always were hard to wake up. But it's fine. You did just get through a battle with an honest-to-goddess god, after all. Not to mention, you almost died. I had a feeling that was the case. Normal attack. But I'm okay now, I think. You sure? As a matter of fact, Mesh was right by your side until dawn. She insisted she was going to stand up until you woke up, but I was pretty worn out herself. So we all kind of ganged up on her to convince her to take a nap. It took a while, but eventually she agreed. And now, here we are, with me checking in on you. Sorry if I woke you up. I promise I didn't mean to. You don't have to get up if you're not ready to, okay? I'm pretty sure your body recovered by now, but if you still wanna rest a bit, you've more than earned it. Well then, I think I'll do just that. Go for it. And in the meantime, I'll tell you about what's going on outside. What happened to the city after we beat Demeter. You really want to know? I took a quick peek outside earlier, and it looked like recovery operations were still underway. Over half of the populace had become back to life, and I didn't see anything in the way of dead bodies or blood spurters. Okay, das wundert mich. I think they said something about Zeus taking over the Harvest Authority now that Demeter's gone. Okay, freut mich zwar für die Menschen, ist aber schlecht für uns. No wonder they call him Almighty. As for Demeter's remained, well, a whole bunch of machines just shot up out of nowhere. Disassembled them into components, parts, and carried them back to the big sky shrine.
Wahrscheinlich reparieren sie und wir müssen nochmal kämpfen. It was crazy, sad, believe me. I wish you could. Ich bin immer noch hier an die Mana-Ströme gewöhnt, bin immer noch ein bisschen allergisch. The way things were going, I bet the whole district will be good in as new in a few days. For a moment I'm glad to hear it. So that's your reaction, huh? It's true we are lucky we got out of it with so few losers. Just don't push your luck too much, okay? Anyway, how tough was Demeter, huh? Oh, talk about a worthy opponent. She totally would have kicked our asses if we didn't have Canis Firebird going all whoosh! Not to mention the Alliance and Chaldea's secret weapon. Me on the other hand, well, I was kinda useless. Guess I should have known it wouldn't be easy to cut through a hunk of metal that huge. I only pulled it out of Russia cause I was super focused. It's a whole different story when you're up against a solid mass of machinery. It just goes to show there are some things I can't cut even from the void. Honestly, it makes me wonder if there's anything an empty sock even can cut. I can see the zero that lies beyond the void. And I know that's my ultimate destination, whether it's proper human history, Musashi, or me, but still. Well, I'm still glad you were there, Musashi. Huh, really? Well, I'm really glad you're here. I tend to fall into bad habits really easy, as you know. That's why I need someone like you who's got to act together counting on me for help. Oops, sorry about that. Guess that means it's time for breakfast. Like to say, you can't wage war on an empty stomach, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Plus, Mesh ought to be waking up soon, and I bet she'll be waiting in the cafeteria. So come on, let's go! Senpai! You're up! Good morning! Ich wusste, dass sie Senpai sagt. Und ich wusste, dass er Fu sagt, liebe Leute. Hält ja. You look too much better than you did yesterday. Naja. Du aber auch? Na, du nicht, Mesh. Mir hat deine fette Knarre gefallen. You really are back to your old self again, aren't you? Oh, thank goodness. Don't worry, I'm fine now. And I'm starving. Right. There you are, Maxie. Yes, you look quite alright for having just woken up. Very good. Fortunately, the Demi-Servant there has already briefed me on the current situation. Congratulations on your recovery, Mr. Maxie. Interesting. It would seem the medical facilities in this Alliance base are truly exceptional. Well, we do have healing mystics on now, and they alone would not have been enough to save your life. Indeed, Olympian Technologies deserves all of the credit for your continued survival. I am, of course, kidding. It's actually a proper human history magecraft. Specifically healing spells designed for people from proper human history that Alliance heroic spirits left behind. So, they really saved us more in ways than one. Indeed. If it had been for both the 7-link heroic spirit cannon and their advanced healing spells, there's an excellent chance we would not be here right now. May I go now? Next matter of you falling asleep at the beginning of our telephone, but under the circumstances, I'm willing to overlook it. Ist immer gewohnt bei einzuschlafen, wenn Goredofl hier was erzählt. Der kann das halt nicht so richtig spannend vortragen. Das ist sein Problem, liebe Leute. Chaos! Vernichtung! So müsst ihr sagen. Excellent work yesterday. Now that Demeter's gone, we've taken a significant step forward our goal. Good morning. Breakfast is on the table. I know you should be physically recovered now, but you still need to eat and replenish the strength. Sorry for serving the same kind of food as yesterday. Neither my sister nor I know much about cooking. Hey, speak for yourself, Marcadus. I like cooking just fine. I even took a course for it, remember? Yeah, 2000 years ago. Come on, sister. You and I both haven't really cared about food for the last few hundred years. And that line about needing to eat to replenish your strength? You haven't said anything like that in at least 10,000 years. Don't be silly, sister. Come on, Macarius. Not in front of our guest. I have breakfast later, thank you. Okay. Adele Macarius, are you? Truly certain about this? If you succeed at cutting down the tree of emptiness, then you two will, you know. You don't need to worry about us, Director Goredofl. Yeah, we are just as dedicated to the God Destroyer Alliance as anybody, and we know exactly what's at stake here. I see, in that case, I have nothing more to say.
So, you two are utopian humans who never aged a day, huh? There may be significant difference in our lifespans, but seeing how empty you seem to be, I can't help but remind of the homunculus. I think that's enough for now, Director. Right. Now then, since you're only just joining us, Maxi, let me fill you on the stormwater status. Captain Nemo is still recovering, and while my technical advisor technically still is too... Hey, morning, Maxi! Hey, aren't you supposed to be recovering? Oh, come on, it's just a short talk. So, Maxi, are you getting enough sleep? Do you have breakfast yet? You might not be too hungry right now, but thanks to the load you put on your nervous system yesterday, so just take your time getting the nutrient you need. You basically have to overload your body in order to use the black barrel. Since you were connected directly to it when it loaded in with a command spell, the recall must have been intense. Believe me, I noticed. I mean, it's no surprise it took a hell of a lot of you, seeing how it let you take down a god with one shot. Command spells might be incredible sources of compressed magic energy strong enough to control heroic spirits, that is, ghostly materialization. But they are still not enough to fire the black barrel at full power. Then you mean? Like I said right before you fired it. The black barrel places a much heavier load on your body than a normal command spell. And that's just for a single shot. Trying to fire it in rapid succession would very easily kill you. Firing consequently without giving yourself time to recover in between has a high risk of inducing heart failure. And it would also put Mesh out of commission since she's directly linked to the Autonex when firing it. So basically, try to fire it one more than once and you'll die. Be careful with it. Okay, irgendwann kommt die Sekunde, wo wir zweimal schießen müssen. Got it. I do my best not to have to fight it more than once. Ein Schuss, zwei Götter wäre unser Ziel. Good. The key takeaway here is mainly to be very, very careful about it when you use it. Whoops. Got a little dizzy here. I can't believe I almost fell down for nothing. Nothing, my foot. I swear, you even realize how hard you pushed yourself by putting the Black Order together. And that's not even getting into how you already worn out to begin with. Enough is enough, Technical Advisor. For the time being, you need to dedicate yourself solely to recovery. Is that clear? Okay. Da Vinci, I didn't realize you were working yourself so hard to help us. Please take it easy for a while, Da Vinci. This is nothing compared to what you two are going through in the front line, but okay, I try to rest. You're better. Alright, that's enough from the Technical Advisor. Now then, let's keep bringing each other to speed, shall we? Genau, das machen wir. Aber davor machen wir noch mal einen kleinen Cut und beim nächsten Mal schauen wir mal, was Goredofl uns dann genau zu sagen hat. Bis zum nächsten Mal, haut rein und auf Wiedersehen und vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.